Different states have different rules, but here in Missouri, if you have a child in private school, you can use 529 funds to pay your tuition. So if you aren't already, it could be beneficial to first place the tuition money into the 529 and then make the payment for tuition. The state deduction is capped at $8,000 per taxpayer. So if you're married filing joint, you could deduct up to $16,000 of 529 contribution each year, and that would result in an $800 tax savings, give or take, depending on where you fall in the tax brackets. But on average, it'll be about an $800 tax savings, which isn't huge, but for a little bit of effort, once you set up the account, you just have to transfer the money in and then transfer it to pay the tuition. So not a ton of effort, just to get a little bit of tax savings, you might as well. And then remember to, maybe if your tuition isn't that high, or if you don't have littles in private school, remember that you do have the option now to move the money from the 529 if it isn't used for qualified education later, which could be college, trade school, certain apprenticeships. So if they don't wind up going that route, you do have the option to take the money and put it into a Roth. There are restrictions. So you want to work with your CPA and your financial advisor with how much to put in, how much it can grow. And there's timing restrictions as well as dollar caps on the amount that you can put into the Roth. But that is also an option. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really want to put my money in a 529 because I don't know if my child will wind up going to college or not. So they are sort of responding to that and giving us a little bit more in the way of options to get that money out without penalty. So something to look into if you have kids.